Let's take our declarations this morning. I decree and I declare that in 2025, God is my reward. I drink from the rivers of God, which is full of water. I do not settle for less. Other men have labored, and I have entered into their labors. I have reaped from where I have bestowed no labor. At destruction and famine I shall laugh. I am strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power, with patience and joy. I walk worthy of the Lord, unto all pleasing. I am fruitful in every good work. Ideas flow to me. The supernatural is my natural. The profits of the earth is for all. I have my share in it. I am emboldened by the Spirit always. I have eyes that see. I have ears that hear. I increase in the knowledge of God. I stand perfect and complete in all the will of God. I am filled with the knowledge of his will, in all wisdom and spiritual understanding. The Lord has given me peace always and by all means. My safety is of the Lord. My family, loved ones, investments are all insured in the blood of Jesus. God has given me the treasures of darkness and the hidden riches of secret places, that I may know that the Lord is God. This year, he loads me daily with benefits. I have seen the strange works, the strange acts of God, wonders without number. The pleasure of the Lord prospers in my hands. I make impact in my environment and on the earth for Jesus by the Spirit of the Lord. I ride upon my high places on the earth, and I feed from the heritage of Jacob. In Jesus' name. Come on your way to your seat, celebrate Jesus. Help me celebrate Amplified. Now celebrate your neighbor sitting by your side. This is welcoming all of our online audience joining us from all over. All right, please let me celebrate our online audience. This morning, I want to do a mid, or let me say, a first quarter check. All right, before you know it, the month of March will be over, and the first 3 months of the year is out, isn't it? So this is a first quarter check. I have preached this before, but I just felt it is, all right, necessary for the time that we are in. It is called assumed powerlessness. That reminds me, during the course of the week, we welcome 2 babies. One to Mr. and Mrs. Enadege, and one to a young grandfather. I won't introduce him. Praise God. So, assumed powerlessness is when you are waiting for something on the outside to give you some advantage. And I call it assumed because it's an assumption. When you feel or think deep down that you need something or someone outside of your own self for you to move on. Assumed powerlessness is when you surrender your progress in life to external factors. Whenever you look within, you get stronger. But when you think or feel or act like without something or someone on the outside, I cannot go from point A to point B, that is when you lose your power. And I'm saying this because, I don't want you to get to the end of the year and now feel like God cheated you. You get to December and it looks like what happened to all the prophecies that we were told, all of the promises. The year is ticking out. God has made you powerful. The funny thing is that Satan knows that you are powerful. Even God has made you powerful. But only you might not know how much God has invested in you. And God told me that the people that will change Edo State are in this congregation. So what I am doing is trying to bring to your consciousness back again that within you is the capacity to live from the point where you are to the point where you should be. Life is a serious business. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. I have said before that nobody will ever be 100% ready for what God wants to do through them, with them, and in them. You just have to tap into the intelligence of God and learn the education of the road as you move on. And the truth is that when I look into the congregation I pastor, there are a lot of smart young people, very smart young people. Just that you have smart ideas, but you might not necessarily be working smart on your smart ideas. You have smart ideas, but you might not necessarily be presenting your smart ideas smartly. And so I have thoughts about this because I've been praying for you. And when I look at several people in the pew, I have identified factors that I believe is what is making people to remain powerless. Are you following what I'm saying? Everybody wants to make progress in the year, but not everybody is willing to do what they need to do to make progress. Any gospel that places not just necessarily what you like to do. There are many things you like to do that will not get you to where you are going. There are many things you like to do that is impeding your progress. And people must know this in life. Life is a serious business. Life is a warfare. It's not a fun fair. You don't make progress in life just by doing what you feel like doing. You don't make progress in life by doing what you like to do. You make progress in life by doing what you need to do. You don't succeed in marriage by marrying who you like. It's by marrying who you need to marry. And people are entertaining their emotions, entertaining their pleasures at the expense of destiny. And so I think that if you look at the 6 factors I would outline for you, then you can go back today and do a first quarter check. When I'm done, some of you might even need to go and open your office on a Sunday like today. Because, the other day I preached about the seasons of life, the time of life. And I told you how that Jesus is always passing by. Life is not waiting for you. And last week, Reverend Jindu White followed up on that, and all of the messages have been in sync. So the point is, are you in sync? Beginning of the year, we fasted. Does God answer prayers? We have been making confessions. we have done some spiritual exercises. So the matter with God is a settled matter. Let it not be that the real matter is with you. And so I am trying to show you areas that I think that if you work on them, you will realize that you are more powerful than you think. Powerlessness for a Christian is an assumption. There are so many people who and I see them in church, they have something worthwhile that they can sell, that they can use to make ends meet. But they are just too laid back. They are not visible. A Christian is an assumption. There are so many people who and I see them in church, they have something worthwhile that they can sell, that they can use to make ends meet. But they are just too laid back. They are not visible with the value they have. And in Benin City, even prostitutes do publicity. So, why will you be shameful of what is gainful? Or could it be that some people are just lying to themselves? You wake up every day and tell yourself, I beg, I've tried my best, this won't work. And you are being honest about a lie and you are remaining on one spot. It reminds me of that man in John 5 we read about 2 weeks ago. The man said, I have been here for 38 years, waiting for someone to push me into the pool. When you are waiting for someone on the outside, you get weaker. But when you look within you, you get stronger. That man stayed there for 38 years, all right, waiting. And that's how people live their lives. They just feel things will change with time. And they don't know that things also can get worse with time if you do nothing about it. Are you following what I'm saying? So I'm hoping I can motivate you this morning, encourage you this morning to dust off your dreams from off the shelf and get to work on it. Are you here? Tap your neighbor on the leg and say, are you listening? 6 or 7 factors keep people powerless, even with all God has invested in them. Number 1 of that is laziness. Don't worry, if you're not lazy, I'm coming to your own. It will go around. What is laziness? Laziness is when you postpone till tomorrow what you can do today. Brian Tracy wrote that beautiful book, Eat That Frog. Do you know that it is so bad that some people postpone even medical appointments? Something that is supposed to save their lives. There are people, they call pastor, I don't have food to eat, but they have foodstuffs. They are just lazy to prepare what they will eat. Is that bad now? And don't you ever call me for that kind of thing again. If you are here, you are hearing me, you know yourselves. Can you imagine? You are 25, you have back pain because you sleep like a snail. That's laziness. Okay? Now, let me tell you why I'm talking about this. Laziness will stop any Christian from finishing what they start. So, beginning of the year, you probably had so much motivation and you start up on stuff, but you stop halfway. What is happening? Laziness. How many people in this congregation, this is March, first 3 months of the year, if you have started a book and you have finished reading it this year, let me see your hand. You know you can't lie to a man of God. Let me see your hand. All right, good. Now, do you know why I asked you that? When you start reading, those of you in FLA, raise your hand if you have read a book. How did you go to school and you did not read? Okay, you didn't finish. You know why I asked you that? If you start reading a book, for example, and you don't finish reading the book, you are teaching yourself how not to finish projects when you start. You understand? And see, the worst form of laziness is mental laziness. Some people are just so lazy to think on paper. Just sit down, take a pen and paper, write your plans, set deadlines and make them goals. Break them into achievable steps. What am I doing in March, in April, in May, in June concerning this exam or that project or this project? Some people just will not do it. It's called mental laziness. They are too lazy to think. They are always asking somebody, think for me, give me an idea. You understand? And with all the Jesus you have, unbelievers who are mentally sound are getting the things meant for you. Proverbs 12 verse 27. A lazy man does not roast that which he took in hunting. So you know what that means? If you go to hunt, it doesn't make you hardworking. What makes you hardworking is that you can process that which you got. That's the problem of Africa. We have crude oil, but we don't have petrol. You get what I'm saying? We don't process what we got from hunting. Proverbs 24 verse 30. I passed by the field of the lazy man, and it was full of thorns. So even the lazy man had field, but he refuses to go to work on it. Every day he says, I will read tomorrow. The exam is in May. I will start reading from April. April, you excuse yourself with church activities. After all, God knows I'm busy working for him. You are deceiving yourself. I will start reading April, mid-April. Mid-April, I will read April ending. April ending, I will start in May. 2 weeks to exam, you now see all the pile of things you are supposed to read, and it's just 2 weeks. You just lie on them and sleep. Procrastination is an attribute of a lazy person. There is nothing, I have realized that anything that is planned for can be achieved. But just that people cannot sit down and do the hard work of mental exercise. The worst nation to live on the earth is procrastination. Because you will keep on postponing your miracles. It is not God that is delaying us most of the time. God gave what we are praying for long time ago, but we are too lazy to go for it. You get what I'm saying? You just sit down all day and you dream of the beautiful life you want, and you do absolutely nothing about it. If you are dreaming of something good for yourself, what that simply means is that those kind of possibilities exist for you. It is possible for you to achieve it. That's what that means. But you will not achieve any dream if you don't wake up and start working. People say dreams come true. It's a lie. You understand? Dreams don't come true by themselves. Have you not heard? If wishes were horses, even beggars will ride. Before you see any dream come true, the dreamer puts in serious work into it. If the dreamer doesn't work, he can dream all his life. Plan this thing. Every week, I will read a chapter. Every day before I sleep, I will write a page. When I wake up after my devotion, I will do that 1-minute video before I step out in the day. Plan your life, set it as daily, weekly, and monthly goals, and get to work. Are you following what I'm saying? Number two problem I have seen that makes people powerless is laziness. Or excuses. Say excuses. I wish I came from a rich family. Kill your parents. I wish I have a little more money. Start with the one you have, and then you will learn better how to manage money when it comes. I wish I was taller. I wish I was fairer. If only I was not born from Nigeria. If only my mom breastfed me for 1 year of 6 months. If only. The fact that you can make excuses means you are acknowledging that you're on a spot. That's what that man said in John 5. He said, when I want to go, other men come before me and step into the pool. Do you know that Jesus does not condone excuses? Do you know? If you were in the days of Jesus, you would think he was mean. Jesus was hard sometimes. In Luke 17, some lepers met him and called on him to come and heal them. In the time of the Jews, lepers were not allowed into town. They were isolated in another outskirts of town. So he saw the lepers. All right, come and heal us. Have mercy on us. He just said, go and show yourself to the priest. Jesus will not take all the responsibility for anybody. Go and show yourself to the priests. They were not allowed to show their face in town, let alone in the synagogue. He said, go and show yourself. If they had made any excuse, how can we go? We are still unclean. If they had made any excuse, they would remain lepers. But the Bible says, as they went, they were cleansed of their illness. Meaning, they did not get healed when Jesus was with them. He told them what to do. When you tell God what you want, he will give you responsibility. If you don't make excuses and you move in that direction, you will make progress. Miracles are found along the way. They don't fall on people's laps. Every time you catch yourself apportioning blame to someone else, you are giving away your power. You understand? Why have you not started it? You say, if not for this, if not for that. And see, plan your life in a way whereby you would never be at the mercy of the government or at the mercy of anyone. Because sometimes there are genuine strongholds that can want to limit one. Are you with me? Plan your life such that nothing can be an excuse. Plan your life such that it will depend solely on you and God for you to excel and achieve what God is calling you to achieve. Are you feeling what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, any excuse you have now that is a limitation to you in pursuing your vision, someone else who has achieved that dream had worse reasons not to. But they just chose to move in spite of. Help me ask your neighbor, say, what's your recent excuse? People manufacture excuses. If you solve one problem for them, they will give you the next problem. You understand? See, let's get the devil out of the equation. He is no longer your problem. It could just be that these factors are your problem. Number 3 is called fear. Reverend Jindu spoke about this last Sunday a lot. Fear is when you are trying to know step 5, even when you have not taken step 1. Fear is what makes you overanalyze. Fear is what makes you over-strategize. Abraham, get out of your father's land. Go to a land where I will show you. And Abraham left. Can you imagine? You know fear has different levels. Are you with me? Abraham left. How will I survive? God did not tell him. Where am I going? God did not answer. The instruction is go. And he went foolishly. That's his foolishness is what we call faith today. Many of you have spent 10 years planning on what you are going to achieve, how big it will be, and never seem to be achieving it. Let's call it what it is. You are just scared. That's why you are not starting anything. And see, we all have adrenaline hormone that can make you scared at different levels. God puts it there. And God is still telling you, fear not. Do you know why? Because those who are courageous, you see, people think courage is when you are not scared. Courage is when only you and God know you are afraid. Courage is when you refuse to show your fear. You are moving as if you have all the boldness, even when you don't. And that is how you will develop boldness. Are you with me? Some of you, they call you to do some things because it is new to you and you are going to do it for the first time. You just say, no, I can't. Why? You are really scared. How will I finish up? How will I do this? How will I do that? You cannot answer all the questions if you don't start. Are you with me? If we sample around this auditorium, you would see that a lot of children of God are really scared. That's why they will better stay in their comfort zone. It's called fear of the unknown. And God expects you to just trust him that he will catch you when you fall. You see, if you try to know the future, you don't believe in God. Because faith is, I believe in the one who holds the future. I don't have to know what the next 5 years is when he says move. Are you there? But I believe that when I get there, he will open the next chapter and the next chapter. Your problems most times are like a mirage. Have you ever been driving before and you look in the distance and see like water on the road? But when you get there, you realize it does not exist. But you can remain where you are, wondering how you will pass by there. But yours is to approach. You have a vision to start a bank. That's a good dream. Okay? Break it down to the barest minimum. Start with what you have. I want to own a bank in the future. I don't have any money. I don't have nothing. So what am I going to do? I will take my bag, get a pen, get a paper, go to the market and meet market women and start what they call daily contribution. That's a local bank starting. Your capital will start building. You see, people say you need money to start. Actually, you need money when you have started. You can start without money. Then money can expand. Are you with me? But people they tell themselves, I don't have all this money to start the way I want it. No. Start with what you have. Start with what you have, where you are. But when you keep trying to analyze it, you will analyze so much and remain in one spot. It is called the paralysis of analysis. And that's the problem of so many people. And then every year, it seems like you are repeating the same cycle. You said you will do this last year. You said you will do it last 2 years. You said you will do it last 3 years. You said you will do it last 4 years. Why have you not done it? Let's call it what it is. You are just scared. You've been saying you will get married, for example. What do you need to be married? Get the girl and fix the date. Have you noticed, those who are married will tell you, there are some needs for your wedding that comes the week to the wedding. If you were waiting for it to come first before you plan or before you fix a date, nobody gives money to people who are not doing nothing. Are you with me? You know why I'm saying this? So that let pastors not sound like just relax. As long as we have said it, heavens will open and your miracle will fall from the sky. It doesn't work that way. Are you with me? Some years ago, many people were owing me that day. I just finished praying and went to meet my debtors, and they all paid me that day. So I now thought about it. If I had finished praying and I did not go to meet them, I would have said or thought the prayer did not work. Are you seeing? But when I was done with the spiritual part, I had to take responsibility for the physical. Are you there? Why have you not called that person you know can give you a heads up or invest in your business? Why have you not sent the text or knock on the door of their office or write the proposal? You are just scared. And what's the worst thing that can happen? Leave my office. Are you with me? But what if you stumble into gold? When you get older, you will regret more the things that you never did because you were scared. You will prefer you tried and you failed. Are you with me? Do it afraid. You don't need to know totally how. Just do it. How will I? Imagine Abraham saying, where will I stay when I'm going to land? I will show you. God did not tell him, just go. You can sleep on the road. If God tells you relocate to Lagos and you are in Benin, I don't have anybody in Lagos, just go first. Where will I stay? Just go. That's how God talks. And when you get there, you will see that things will work out for you. Are you with me? Number 4 is total dependence on people. Total dependence on people. When you depend so much on people, God did not call us to depend on someone else. I hope you know. Are you here? God called us for interdependence, not dependence. The only person we are supposed to depend on is who? Talk to me. God. Are you with me? Total dependence on people is when you are looking for a human being to answer all the questions of your life for you. Even the human being is limited. You know, someone told me, Pastor, I love 2 girls. Who should I marry? If you ask me. As a matter of fact, if I'm even asking the question, you know what that means? That means you should just even wait. You are not ready yet. Leave both of them. Go and be emotionally ready. Who was the marriage counselor for Adam? That advised him, from these 10 factors, Eve is a good wife material. Are you with me? Sometimes even this thing we call counseling is we now beginning to teach people how to be powerless. And they are not making their own decision. So they become totally dependent. If I tell you who you will marry and you guys have issues tomorrow, you will now say it's me. One of the problems with our continent is that we are totally dependent. And it was not like that before. We are totally dependent on the Western communities. Before our ancestors ever saw sheep with their eyes that the white man came with, they built a canoe. How did they know Archimedes' principle of flotation? Before they ever knew that there was something called refrigerator existing, they used clay pots, put it in a hole, and it cooled the water. How did they know that the lower part of soil is a good conductor that can actually reduce temperature? Because they didn't know white men existed. So they did everything for themselves the way they could. Are you with me? But now, we know that, okay, there are better opportunities with some people. And so we depend on them for everything. Do you know even education began in Africa? In Egypt, world oldest universities are there. Even the Greeks and all of those scholars, the Socrates, the Platos you hear about, they were Egyptian Greeks. They all schooled in Egypt. But you see, we began getting handouts, souvenirs, and then we left everything about our existence in the hands of another. If you want to make progress in life, your mantra must be, no man is indispensable except God. Are you feeling what I'm saying? If a human being even makes you a promise and you have any wisdom at all, don't totally depend on them. When someone makes you a promise, the person is just showing you that they have goodwill towards you. Are you with me? I remember last year, was it last year or so, or last 2 years, I told somebody that during your wedding, I will give you 1 million. And during his wedding, I didn't have. I gave him 500,000 and a shoe and a suit. Now, and I forgave myself quickly and moved on. Imagine they told you I will sponsor your wedding. You even wrote budget for honeymoon. And you don't have a dime. And you are waiting on the promise of a man. Are you with me? Some of you are in school. They share job opportunities on the WhatsApp group. You have never Googled any because your uncle promised you will work in his company. What if the company is over before you graduate? I used to be guilty of that before, whereby because I want to help somebody, I will tell the people or the person, if you have any issues, call me. As you are going, whatever, just let me know. I don't do that anymore. If I do the little for you I can do, I will tell you, if you encounter any problem along the way, please don't call me. If there is any issue, solve it. Because if I keep solving it for you, I become more and more powerful. And you become more and more powerless in dependence on me. And one day, I will overstretch. Are you with me? Is interdependence, not dependence. And that's why sometimes when you become an adult, you must realize that nobody owes you anything. Even your parents, if they give you money, appreciate them. They don't have to. Nobody owes you anything. Should I shock you? Even when they owe you. And you will do yourself good to think of your life like that. It will make you self-sufficient. Are you feeling what I'm saying? Number 5 is called indecision. This is the one I cannot bear it from people around me. Indecision. What's indecision? People who can never seem to make up their mind. And many of you are teaching yourselves now to be indecisive. I'm hungry. What will you eat? I don't know. Hungry never catch you. That person who is helping you out is spoiling you. You can't make up your mind for anything. So when you marry, you won't even be able to plan the meal your family will have. Indecision. You got that, right? People who are indecisive are the people who cause traffic on the road. They are driving like this. They got here. No, let me go like this. Small time. No, I will go like this. They are never... It's annoying to me personally. I always say I don't like going back and forth. If I don't know the right decision to make, all right, I will make any decision. If it fails, I have now learned how not to do it. But I won't keep everything on a standstill because I am trying to... No. And people like that get others into trouble. Do you know that so many young people do not have a mind of their own. So indecisive. A friend of mine, he is at the top in the fintech industry. The last time we spoke, he was earning almost 2 million every month. And the guy was doing good. All of the professional certifications, he has acquired all of them. He keeps on changing companies because he keeps on going for the best. And one day watching my message, he saw someone on the video and called me and said, I like that person. And trust me now, I gave him a good CV. Oh, she's the best lady anybody can. When I finished talking, she said, okay, I would like to start having a chat. And I connected the both of them together. They became friends. And the guy told her, I would love to marry you. And she said no. And the guy reached me and said, I'm sorry, George, it didn't work. She said no. I called back the lady. I thought you already told me privately that you really don't mind. You like the guy. She said yes now. So why did you say no? She said, he's not supposed to ask me the second time. Now, excuse me, how did she know that they are supposed to ask you twice? She is trying to learn from other people because she does not have a mind of her own. At that point, I even felt like she was not fit enough for my friend who was at that level. People who don't have a mind, that's why your friend can tell you something today. You just wake up and come to your own house and tell your husband, I don't want this marriage anymore. I just went to my friend's house this morning. They were using Coke to wash their face when they wake up. Only water we are drinking in this house. I don't want the marriage anymore. Don't have a mind of your own. That's why you are gullible on anything you see on social media. All right? People are sleeping. They video themselves for you to watch. They now wake up and do like this. And you just be smiling. See life. You don't have a mind of your own. You know, when I know people who are like that guy because I am. When I asked my wife out after liking her for a long time, that day she said, I'm sorry. God knows I would not have asked the second time because it took me so much effort to ask that one. I even asked mistakenly. I didn't plan to ask that day. I didn't know how it came out of my mouth because, out of the abundance of the heart. And she said no. So when I was leaving, I was asking myself, what have I done? I felt I just made a mistake. I would not have asked again. The only good thing she did right was that evening she called me. Hope I did not offend you. It was not about you. It's about me. From that time, are you seeing wisdom? If only I knew she liked me that much. Okay? I would just have called her one day and say, Afa, are you ready to marry? Meet me on Saturday. Okay? I don't have time for all those dating things. If I knew, from that moment, she was the one doing all the calls. And so I could see that she was now opening up. Are you seeing? When you want something, even when you say no, don't just close the door. Leave a little opening. You understand? But because you don't have a mind of your own, you just say no and walk away. You don't know that the people who say no, as they are saying no, they are looking at the guy. Using electromagnetic induction, eye-to-eye contact, to tell him, I don't mean it. Stop following the norm. That's my problem. Stop following everyone's opinion. See, in life, if you don't know what you want, at least know what you don't want. It's not bad if you don't know the type of person you want to marry. Start by at least know the type of person you don't want to marry. You don't know the kind of place you want to live. Start by knowing the kind of place you don't want to live. So if you start by knowing what you don't want, it is half solved. But you must invest in yourself. And you must have a mind of your own and stop being indecisive. That might just be the problem. Are you still here? Number 6 is ignorance. I should have begun with this. Ignorance. And let me talk to some certain people here. And I'm saying this because I've had many private engagements and I will not want to engage on this again. See, you know the Bible did not say, my people are destroyed because of the devil. He did not even put Satan in the equation. But he acknowledged that my people, as in they are God's people, but they still have the ability to be destroyed because of what they don't know. Ignorance is a powerful tool. I'm telling you. And that's why everybody must invest into themselves. I just asked how many of you read a book this year, or by the hands were few. Meaning, okay, let me use the same marriage as example. You want to get married. Who are your mentors in marriage? Who are your ideal couple? Are you reading their books? Are you following whatever they teach or say? Are you with me? What are you investing into yourself? Ignorance is why some people have made some really wrong decisions. There are some people who have dropped out of school because someone educated them wrongly on the fact that they have been called into ministry. And when I look at my Bible, Jesus himself didn't call anybody who was not busy. Paul was on a mission doing his work and had an encounter with God. Peter was an active fisherman. God comes to distract you when you are busy pursuing your own mission. But God will not just see an idle person and say, come and work for me. Because it's common in Ekema, Benin City, they fail jam and start churches. And you will just know when you see their programs. I'm not a knife but a wife. Foolishness. Okay? Show me Exodus 1 verse 18. Let me show you something. Lest you say I preach one full message, I didn't read Bible. Let me just read one. Exodus 1. You must go for knowledge. See, some of you need to go back to school. I know married women who have degrees, who have engaged me that they would like to go back to school and study this one. So, let's alone you. Some of you need to go and apprentice and learn something. Are you with me? You know, the other day when I was preaching, 2 weeks ago, I spoke about how that not everybody is supposed to travel. Are you with me? I hope I balanced that. Because there are some people who are also supposed to travel. Are you there? And I'm saying that for those persons who you are in school. You just woke up and say, after all, Mark Zuckerberg was a dropout. Bill Gates was a dropout. And your mind told you that Bill Gates dropped out from Benin campus. So you just, Bill Gates was a dropout. And then you now stop. I want to face my business. And you are planning to travel in the future. And you don't know that that's your certificates, your degrees, your tickets to even travel. So a decision you just made today will hurt the next 5 years. Where they dropped out from, they dropped out because the system was too slow for them. Are you with me? If you drop out from where they dropped out from, you will be a lecturer here. So you are, I don't know, somebody is teaching something wrongly, and some young people are listening to it. Are you with me? I have a friend of mine, okay, we knew she was supposed to travel, all right? And as soon as she just traveled out, it looks like everything opened for her. When you see her pictures, she began to look radiant, all right? She had been believing God for a life partner and all of that. She's in her 40s. She traveled out. Her wedding is this year. The point is, some people are supposed to. Some people are not. Some people are not supposed to now. Some people are supposed to now. Are you with me? So when I was saying it that day, because someone engaged me when I said Naomi went out full and came back empty. See, are you saying? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking for those all right, who are traveling because everybody is traveling. All your friends have relocated and you traveled. Well, I don't want the diaspora not to give offering today. Let me continue what I'm saying. Exodus 1, look at verse 18. The king of Egypt called the midwives and said unto them, why have you done this and saved the men, children alive? He asked them to kill every male child. Right? See my emphasis. Just go on. 19. The midwife said, the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women. They are lively and are delivered before the midwives coming to them. So the Hebrew women were lively. They were strong. Next verse. Go ahead. Go ahead now. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives. The people multiplied. So these Hebrew people multiplied and waxed very mighty. I want to show you a contradiction. Next verse 21. I'm going to 23. Please be fast. It came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. So God blessed them. 22. Pharaoh now charged his people. Every son that is born, cast into the river. Every daughter, save that one. These Hebrew women said, the Hebrew people are multiplied. They are stronger. The Hebrew women are stronger than the Egyptians. The Hebrews multiplied more than the Egyptians. So in everything they had advantage. Yet they were made to be slaves. Okay, please. That same Exodus 1. Please start me from verse 9. I'm sorry. From verse 9, let me show you. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mightier than we are. So which people were mightier between Egyptians and Israelites? Israelites, right? Verse 10. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it came to pass that when they fought out any war, they join our enemies, fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their words, burdens. Stop. Who was afflicting who? The Egyptians were afflicting the who? But who was mightier? Are you getting my point? It is possible for you to be afflicted by someone who you are mightier than, simply because you are ignorant of your might. The Israelites were mightier than the Egyptians. The Israelites were more in number than the Egyptians. Yet the Egyptians afflicted them and oppressed them. Do you know that if there is a slave trade, slave plantation, if one day one of the slaves read on newspaper that the government has set them free since the past 5 years, what do you think will happen? There will be a revolution. They will start trying to riot. Is it not? But until they get that knowledge, that information, what is going on is that they will keep on being in servitude, isn't it? The difference between slaves and free people is just ignorance. The day the slave knows that I have been set free a long time ago, he will do better. Are you with me? Whatever you are ignorant of, you will pay costly for it. And anything you don't know is bigger than you. So, I was saying that some of you need to go back to school. And let me also say this, because it's common in Benin now. Some of you need to get honest, responsible, and reasonable jobs. Everybody in Benin is doing hospitality business, all right? And this one, hair by Yosas, perfume by this one, small chops and more, and there is nothing more. They gave me all those small things, nail and all of that. See, listen. I'm talking to you as your pastor. Are you with me? You are not an entrepreneur. You are self-employed. You are self-employed because if you are not there, the business will not produce. So think of when you will not be able to work. How will you survive? If you are doing, let's say you fix nails for people, that is good for now, but can that pay you pension and gratuity? When you cannot, when you are elderly, that's how to plan life. Because, see, let me make these things right. It is not everybody that should start their own business. Your job is someone else's business. And you can be employed and be very successful. There are so many employees that will be better, always better, than some people who have their own business. Because it's not really business, you are just busy. It can be taking care of you now that you are single. Doesn't mean it will take care of you when you are married. Doesn't mean it will help you pay your children's school fee when you have those children. Are you with me? Why this is not meant for everybody, it is meant for many of you. Imagine me. I am pastoring a branch of CGMI. I am better than so many general overseers, apostle, reverend, doctor. I hope you know. Because not everybody should start their own. Don't let anybody tell you that having a job is just being just over broke. Listen, there is a world you don't know that exists. There are some jobs that they earn in a month what you will make in 2 years in your business. And I'm saying 2 years, even more. I know someone, all right, he works in a good, if I just tell him, recharge for me, I want data, he will send me $500,000. He has a good job. Are you with me? You know why I'm saying this? There are so many people in this church, you graduated well. You made maybe a 2-1 or a first class. Age is on your side. You are 21, 22. If you were to start working in the corporate world before you are 35 or 40, chances are you will get to the highest levels in that particular industry or whatever. But even your youth service, you have refused to go. You are busy, all right, making nails, baking cake, doing hair, and all of those things. You are losing time. You are losing productive time. You understand? You see, I'm educating you. If you are offended, maybe it's not meant for you. And by the way, every Nigerian needs a job and a business. Who told you you cannot be? And that's why most of you live anyhow. You just wake up today, not feel like going to church. You don't come. You won't even call your leader that you are not coming. Do you know why? You don't understand protocol because you have never worked in a corporate world before. You don't understand how that there is something called feedback and reporting. You don't understand documentation. One of my daughters sent me a document on WhatsApp. I asked her to send it for her business. And she just dumped it on me. And because I liked her, I called her. I said, if only you have worked before in an office. When you send that to your boss, you will say good morning and say kindly for your perusal. You understand? You didn't write anything. You just dumped it on me. I didn't even open it. But because I loved her, I just gave her the money she wanted. Are you seeing? The point is that most of you are thinking that entrepreneurship, which is not really entrepreneurship, you're not self-employed. You are thinking your entrepreneurship is an escape from discipline. Because you don't want to wake up early and be under strict rules of a boss. You just say, I'm an entrepreneur. What do you do? Whatever will come will be someone's business. But listen to me. Listen to me. There is a world you don't know of. At this stage of your life, at this stage of life, you are not supposed to try to be funding your dreams. You are supposed to do what you need to do to survive. So let's assume that all your dream is to be a two-faced Idibia. There are so many singers in life that would never get to that level, even though they are very good singers. At this stage of your life, you need that high-paying job that can meet your necessities. When you save up and invest enough and you have a good money, you can now fund your pleasure. You see, that's your cake and wig and nail and whatever. Those are your fancy. When you make it, you can do that for fun. But you need something that put food on your table that will help you make. Are you following what I'm saying? Clap if you're not angry. I'm saying my own, I'm a pastor. Because that's why many of you don't pay tithes. You don't even know what your 10% is. Because you don't know your profit. No, it's not like you are a bad person, but when they say pay tithes, on Monday you made 1.5. On Tuesday you made 1K. Wednesday, Thursday, nothing show. Friday, somebody was owing you. Saturday, they not give you 500. How will you know what your tithe is? You can't plan life on that. You are safest that every 28 days, whether the business works or not, somebody is paying you. You understand? And then in the evenings or in the weekend, you can give attention to your fancy. This thing I'm saying, many of you need it. Now, why have you not gone for your youth service? All right. He say, her church needs me. General overseer. Okay. Listen. I've talked too much. Okay. Praise God. There are things, and listen, when you walk in some places, you will do your business better. Because you will learn a lot of things. You need it. You know why I'm saying this, Reverend Jindo? There is hardly any week Pastor Kowe does not drop job, whatever, on the workforce group. Anyone I have privileged information, I send to him to drop. There are, and I just feel like people are not taking advantage of it. We are giving jobs to people who are non-church members. And the church member will tell you they are busy. What are you doing? Busy doing. Say, I'm selling body spray. Can't you sell body spray while you are... Do you get? Now, I'm saying this because I know my audience. You understand? You need to rethink it again. Whosoever told you entrepreneurship is the way out. Listen. You can be an employed entrepreneur. You understand? Don't talk my own. Listen. This year is a prophetic year. This year is a miraculous year. You need to be sure you are not your own problem. Are you with me? You need to be sure. All right? The people I came to this church together with, Reverend Jindo, all right? One of them went to school and studied law. He was a lawyer in London. All right? When he finished his MSc from Harvard, international organizations came to interview them, 250 of them. 242 don't employ blacks. Only 8 does. Out of the 8, 3 gave him a job. Right? He works for international organizations, all right, traveling from one African country to another. Okay, that is freedom. You enjoy what you do. And people are making there are very serious, good jobs. You want to travel, you have never Googled or researched on some scholarships or even some jobs and all of that. You are just okay. That's the problem. You are just comfortable with where you are. You understand? Pastor Pat is a makeup artist, but she has a day job. Are you with me? And there's one other guy who works in the bank, even though he's a tailor. But some people will just say, I'm facing my tailoring. That time might come. It might not be now. Are you with me? But for now, give it. See, you don't have to like your job. Just make the money and sow good seeds. Amen? Are you with me? That's what you need when you are young because you have the energy. When you start growing older, you can resign and then give attention to your fancy. Are you following what I'm saying? With this few points of mine. You know why I said that? I was going to have that engagement with the singles, but I will not need to anymore. So that anybody that comes to me, I've already answered you. I refer you to this message. I don't enjoy. Do you know why people don't take pastors' advice? Because pastors give their advice for free. You see, because you can just come and take 30 minutes of my time asking me questions that you know the answer. You understand? When I tell you, you will not still go and do it. But if you waited so long in the office to see your lawyer or your doctor, if they say, I think you will use the ATS principle, you don't know what ATS means, yes. You understand? People don't respect the advice of pastors because pastors give it easily, cheaply. You understand? One day, somebody called me to come and dedicate his dry cleaning shop that he just opened. And that was somewhere in a community that when I got there, opposite his dry cleaning shop was people's compound, and 3 women were washing their clothes with their hand. And I told him, I said, look around you. Are you seeing how they survive? So he just told me, just pray, just pray. What makes you think that is not the answer to my prayers? And this guy had another shop somewhere that was nice, that had a barbing salon. And the barbing salon was in a complex that had 3 other barbing salons. So I said, move this dry cleaning shop to that complex. Take the barbing salon to this community where they wash their clothes with their hands. He did not answer me. All right? The dry cleaning shop closed up that same year. You will not make it look as if after my prayer and dedication, like I don't have anointing. But you are not realizing that the answer to my prayer was the knowledge I gave you. If a consultant were to give you that, you will pay for it. But people just want, Pastor, just pray now and leave all those ones. You are not strategic enough. Are you with me? I don't finish. The problem now is how to stop. Because you people now, you're just thinking, all this thing that this man just saying like this. Who just reported him to me? That cake, next time I bake, I will not give him again. See, give me. Are you with me? I never said you should not. Are you following what I'm saying? Okay? I never said so. And like I said, all right, those who what I just said is meant for, they know themselves. Are you following what I'm saying? Rise to your feet. So it's supposed to be 7. I gave you 6. I'll leave the last one for next time. So I don't cost it. It's too much for one Sunday. Okay? It's too much for one Sunday. Come up now. You don't want to sing again? Come up. Praise God. So, this morning, let's just take, this message I just preached is the last of a series of message that is like trying to give you direction for a fulfilling year. Are you with me? So I have just completed it. After now, we'll go on to other things. Aren't you glad that you are in a church that would not just give you spiritual services, but also give you mental services and also meet your knowledge needs? Man is spirit, soul, and body. When you came to church today, you didn't say my spirit go to church, my soul remain at home. You understand? A real good church must nourish your spirit, nourish your soul, and even nourish your body.